What's going on, YouTube? My name is Matt. I'm an area sales manager for a medical device company. I've been in the space for probably around 5 years or so total. So I definitely don't have all of the answers to every single question in the book, but I do think that I can be a resource for you along your medical device journey to offer some advice and tidbits to help you along your way. This video today, I wanted to go over subtle signs that you might be better at medical device sales than you think, because I know it is very common for some people out there to think that they are not doing a good job in medical device sales right in the beginning, even though they actually are doing a good job. So without further ado, we're going to get right into the video. Listening more than talking is an important step in sales and an important learning monument that you should know. A lot of people in sales, especially in the beginning, like to talk more than they like to listen. But experts in this will realize that listening can open up the door to uncovering a lot of problems that your prospect might be having. And if there's even a problem to be had, in order to actually get your product in the door. So if you find yourself listening and being more actively curious rather than just talking and gabbing at a certain person or a surgeon, you might be better at this than you think. The next one is finding yourself not taking rejection personally. A lot of newbie reps will be very afraid to go on sales calls or try and schedule lunches for fear of rejection. But if you find yourself realizing that you're able to take rejection a lot less personally than some other people might, you're going to be finding yourself in a lot greater of a position than someone who gets very, very upset every time they get told no. This is one of the first things that I learned because I got told no pretty much every single time my first year in medical device sales. So you just start to realize that it's really not a personal thing. Some of the people that even told me no even liked me a lot, but it's just something that they couldn't do at the time. So if you're finding that is becoming more of you, then great job. Simplifying complex problems is another thing in medical device sales that is very important that I find that a lot of people don't do. You know, they take a complex problem, they realize the complexity of it, and they just start thinking, oh my gosh, this really stinks. How did I get myself into this type of career? But people who are able to really break down complex problems and realize that they're really not that complex in general and find ways to chunk them and improve on them are going to be really, really successful in medical device sales. So if you find yourself dealing with complex issues and finding out ways how to solve them, that's a really good start. Being comfortable in high pressure situations is something that every medical device sales rep needs to be. Ultimately, you're going to find yourself at a dinner with a surgeon. He's going to ask you questions. What happens if you don't know the answers? What are you going to do in those kind of situations? Are you going to freeze up, or are you going to be able to get the guy what he needs? So being well-defined under pressure is a very important med device sales skill. And if you find yourself holding up in situations that you know a lot of your peers might not be holding up in, then kudos to you. You're probably doing better than you think. Every good medical device sales rep that I know is obsessed with learning. They're obsessed with learning the product. They're obsessed with learning new issues to solve with the product. They're obsessed with how to, how their competitors work and how, et cetera. A bunch of different product things they're always learning. They want to find out ways to be better, ways that they can be on top. So if you're always sort of in a chair, reading studies, reading things about the device, knowing what's going on in your territory, you're going to be in a way better position than your peers because some of the people are not doing that. And if you find yourself that you are doing it, give yourself a pat on the back. And if you're not, maybe you should start. So the last but certainly not least is you feel like an underdog. Most good medical reps that I know always do feel like underdogs because they always know that they should not take everything for granted. You might have a bunch of business and be doing amazing because of one surgeon. And that surgeon could leave or not want to use your product or, anything could happen. But just because you have a really great month or a really great year does not mean that you're the top dog in any circumstance. Everything can be taken away in medical device sales in an instant. So it's always very, very important and crucial to realize this. Most very good and professional med sales reps take the place of an underdog because they realize that even if they do have the top amount of revenue in a company, they do realize that they are still the underdog in comparison to the physician. So I really hope that you took some takeaways from this. I hope you were able to grasp a little bit of what I was saying and relay it into your sales skills and sales performance. So if you would not mind, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, turn on the post notifications so you get notified whenever I am uploading. And without further ado, we'll see you next time.